just please give me one?
Sure, go for it, please.
I absolutely agree with everything you said. I just want to add, and I want to provoke you in this, and I hope, Alan, I can be here 10 years from now and see how the provocation worked out. You cannot criticize in a meaningful way National Socialism without raising the subject of Hitler. If you take history in this country and the rest of the West, you get to learn a lot about Hitler. What he wrote, how he came to power, how he was defeated, and on. You cannot have a meaningful criticism of communism unless you talk about Karl Marx. You cannot and will not have a meaningful criticism of Islamism or the Medina agenda and resonate with young people without talking about the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
And that is now called blasphemy. And to criticize Muhammad is criminalized. My challenge to you is we've got to resist that. I hope 10 years from now I'll be here and that we've won the hearts and minds of young Muslims in Britain by telling them of the dark side of Muhammad.
So this is why I tweeted out a year before the Charlie Hebdo attacks. Sorry, we're extending this bit a bit, but I think you've raised something really important. And I want to say this here as a Muslim, and there are Muslims in the audience, and I want to be very clear on this. A year before the Charlie Hebdo attacks, I tweeted out an image of a stick figure called Mo saying hi to a stick figure called Jay, representing Muhammad and Jesus. And Mo was saying hi, and Jay said, "How you doing?" And it was actually during the parliamentary campaign that this was my constituency, and I didn't win, otherwise I'd be your MP. Yeah. It was during my parliamentary campaign in this area. Some of you may remember it. Those here who were campaigning with me do remember it, because it led to multiple death threats. Nick Clegg, that was then Deputy Prime Minister, had to intervene in the public media. It led to ISIS death threats. We installed a panic alarm. The police installed a panic alarm in my home. The reason I did this was to make this point, right? Yeah. That when I say Islamism needs to be intellectually terminated and Islam today needs to be reformed, the second part of that sentence cannot happen without a fair, free, and frank conversation about Prophet Muhammad. Yeah. It cannot happen. We have to, as Muslims, open up this conversation and accept what isn't accepted at the moment, that not everything he did should be emulated today.
Oh, he's just perfect.
That's what I say, yeah.
Immaculate.
We've got to open that up, right?
Yeah.
We've got to open that up, and unless that's opened up in a brave and frank and candid way, this debate will not move forward. No. It will not move forward. And there are people at Quilliam who are the Reformed theologians, and in that team, who I know because I speak to them, who from a theological background are imams and are trained, like we have one who's at Azhar Mosque, yes. Azhar University, trained at the foremost Sunni school of learning. I think he's here tonight as well. Imam Salahi was an imam at Palmer's Green Mosque. I know, because I speak with these guys, we're all on the same page with this. Yep. We've got to say that not everything is to be copied and imitated from the 7th century. But the we has to be
the mothers and the fathers.
Yeah.
It has to be.
That's right.
You see, if your father and mother tell you from the very beginning, he's perfect and immaculate, as my father and mother have done. So when these figures come, the Islamists, and start indoctrinating us as teenagers, and they say, all you have to do is follow in the footsteps of the Prophet Muhammad. And so as a young person, it's extremely, extremely difficult to go against your father and your mother and your community and your teachers and everyone else. So it is, the we is not just the intellectual elite on stages addressing it. It is telling to the face of a mother and a father, if your child sneaked out to ISIS and you are very sad about it, and we share the responsibilities. Maybe there was something the police should have done, maybe something teachers should have done, maybe the peer group should have done something, but what is it you told your child about the Prophet Muhammad? Yeah, yeah. And that's very confrontational, and it's very sensitive,
and I'm under
the way forward.
I'm under no illusion that even in your modifier bracket, this view that I've just espoused is a modifier of the modifiers.
That is the modifier.
It's a tiny minority who are going to say what you just said. It's very controversial at the moment, but that has to be opened up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to sound like an American and say, we can do it.